Don't think I'm being rude if I just hang up.
Oh, no. I understand. All right, so camera is rolling. Sound is rolling. 1, 2, 1, 2. And we are good to go in 3, 2, 1. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Little Mop Top back with another episode of Another Planet Podcast. And today, I have a very special episode for everyone. Today, I'm doing an interview, but this different. This so different. I can't even explain how different it is. Right now, on the phone, I have the legendary, the infamous, the myth, Jaguar Wright.
Quit playing with me, Rayan.
Jaguar, say what's up to everybody for me.
What's going on, everybody? The reason why I'm on the phone is because I'm ass naked doing push-ups.
That's why we not on Zoom. Oh, man. So yes, y'all know typically when I'm not in the same city or state as someone that I am doing an interview with, we typically do it on Zoom. But just this interview was so important to me. However, Jaguar needed it to be done. That's how we is getting it done. And currently at the time, she couldn't do a visual interview, so we got on the phone. But just to have Jaguar Wright on the podcast is amazing in itself. I just want to give you your flowers for being a legend.
Bless you, kid. You know, that goddamn Instagram do good things sometimes. I was cruising, and it was the hair that did it for me. It was the hair that drew me to your page.
Thank you.
Then I found out you was from Philly.
Yes.
And then, somehow, it was New Year's. You was talking about how you was turning over a new leaf.
Trying something new. And
Yeah.
to give you an update, things have worked out. The new positivity, the new way of life, having a different outlook, being more of an optimist instead of a pessimist, and knowing when to let things go. I've been actually doing that, and it has worked out for me. So
Wait a minute. Pause. I want to talk about how profound what you just said was.
okay.
Understand this. Part of the reason why it was a struggle for you wasn't because you weren't capable of achieving it. It was because your environment, it dictated your ability to see the possibility.
That is absolutely correct. Once I started traveling more and getting away from the environment that we are both from, like we're both from Philadelphia, so we both know how that environment can affect a person's outlook on life.
Let me tell you something. People need to understand the gravity of this conversation. We are from two different generations. I'm old enough to be your mother.
Yes.
We've both seen Philadelphia in different eras. At this point in time, we're talking about the history in the past, having a conversation.
100% correct. 100% correct. Speaking
Guess
of,
what the one thing is that's most fucked up that we have in common?
what's that, Jack?
Nothing was fucked up then and it's fucked up now.
That is so crazy. So when we spoke a little while ago, I told you that I did a little bit more extra research than I normally do for interviews or sit downs. Because I usually sit down with people I know. I know you, but I wanted to like dig or whatever. And like just listening to some of the conversations that you've had on other podcasts, is listening to some of the things that you've said on your own, on your live and everything. It's not much has actually changed. The people have changed, and they put new buildings up and they take houses down. They done rip down some projects and put up some row homes. But Philly's still Philly for the most part, and it is still it still is a very tough environment to grow up in.
Let me tell you something. When they started regentrification, I said something profound at one of my shows when I started encouraging Philadelphians to double down and buy up as much of their neighborhoods as they possibly can to keep the motherfucking barbarians at the fucking gates and not let them run here and fucking tear our city the fuck apart. And what I said was, real estate companies may own the property, but the people own the streets.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. Real estate, whoever name on the building, they might own that building, but the people run the streets.
You don't own that block.
Yeah.
I don't give no fucks about what you think. You don't own that block. Nigga, that block belongs to the dealer who's got 5 10-year-olds and 2 12-year-olds pushing his pack. That's who that block belongs to.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
You can own whatever you want to own, get all the tax write-off, get all of that shit. But the streets belong to the streets, always have, always will. I don't care how pretty they fucking make it.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. So I wanted to tell you something. I know before when we spoke on the phone, like we had a couple conversations before the interview, just prepping and stuff. And I said I wanted to tell you a story about how like you as an individual, like
tell me what the tales of your journey.
It's like very, very seldom do you get to speak to someone who literally has impacted such a big part of your life. Growing up and choosing to do entertainment was a choice that I started getting into it, and I knew that's what I wanted to do when I watched Unplug. The first time I heard Heart of the City, the first time I listened to Jay-Z, the first time I heard any of that, my cousins was watching, my older cousins was watching the Unplug. And the song that really spoke to me, which was my favorite song, I mean, I used to burn the song out to the point where my cousin just gave me the CD, was Heart of the City. Heart of the City. Like literally, like that song itself has really done a lot for like my early come up in music, but it was that moment. It wasn't just hearing, like, it wasn't like they was playing the Blueprint and I heard the song and fell in love with the song. It wasn't just the song itself. It was that performance. It was everything that was into that. The back and forth of between you and Jay-Z. Ain't no. And I was a child. You get what I'm saying? But I could still feel. And I guess coming from Philadelphia, I really there is not a lot of love in the heart of our city. Like I felt that as a youth, and that moment in hip hop history has shaped so much of who I am today. And like, I don't know if I would.
Can I tell you a little something?
Go ahead.
About that moment?
Go ahead, Jay.
The second that I shut my mouth up, at the end of that song, I knew in my heart I was going to be famous. I knew it. I knew that I had finally pulled off the most profound performance of my career. I knew it. I knew it was going to be legendary, but I knew the whole shit was going to be legendary. All of that talent on one stage. You had Larry Gold, who was leading up the string session, who wrote all of the strings for Philadelphia International, Uncle Kenny and Mr. Huff. You had the Roots on stage with Leonard Hubbard before they discarded him, kicked him out to the pasture, cut off his health benefits, and then starved him out until he just died from cancer last year. You had Scratch, legendary Scratch, who was their vocal human DJ for 6 years. You got Damon Bennett on that stage. You got little Eric Draper on that stage. You ain't so little no more. You got Omar Edwards, who started out with me and ended up playing with Jay-Z after that. You got the shit on that fucking stage. And then Pharrell came through. And then that other old bitch came through. You know what I'm saying?
Who? What? Wait. Because everybody else's name you said. Who the other old bitch?
The other old bitch who they try to give credit for my work.
Who?
Fuck Mary J. Blige. See, you made me say it. I try not to say that bitch name. It put a bad taste in my mouth.
I see. Yo, why is that crazy that I literally
The next time you saw Jay-Z do Song Cry, he did it with Mary J. Blige, and they had the bitch dressed up just like I was in fucking Unplugged. They tried to do that shit in my face, and that is the swear God. Like, I ain't fucking know. Fuck you, I wasn't signing that contract. You could be mad all the fuck you want. Then fucking 10 years later, after my first album was rated #1 album of the decade by the Associated Press, they started changing the title credits for fucking Unplugged when you would go and see it on YouTube back in the day. And it said, even though Jaguar Wright gave a strong background performance, it was Mary J. Blige that wowed the crowd. That's why I put the original up. They had to take my fucking applause and put it on that bitch because ain't nobody in that fucking MTV studio fucking clap for that hoe. Before or after she sang.
Yeah, I don't. That's crazy because I was a kid. They must have sent me to bed before Mary J. Blige came on. Because I don't remember.
You don't even remember her.
Yeah, I don't remember her.
That's how fucking dope I am that I could make a whole bitch disappear in front of your eyes. Just by opening my mouth.
Oh, man. So, what?
I'm a fucking magician. Because a lot of people didn't remember that bitch was on that shit. That's how fucking good I am at what I do. I can make a whole bitch disappear right before your very eyes.
That's probably that stage in itself, right? That stage in itself. It probably I know the extensive career the work that you put in before getting there. But why don't you just tell us a little bit about the lead up to even doing Unplugged?
You don't make me go through all that history. I got the Wikipedia. They can't even get it all.
Wikipedia don't get shit right. So I want to hear, like...
My Wikipedia is like 75%, actually, no, my Wikipedia is like 90% accurate. That's why I never challenged it. I never fuck with it. I'm like, let me see what these niggas come up with.
Okay. So we gonna do it in pieces. We gonna do it in pieces because I know it's a long story to get to that point.
I'm gonna try to run down as much of the pre-story as I can because there's a whole lot.
Okay.
I started interning at Philly International when I was a kid. I was offered my first record deal when I was 13 years old. I was offered my next record deal at 15 from Gerald Levert, who I learned how to write with. He was my writing mentor, later became my lover before he dropped dead. Now, that was not long after that. Me and Scott Storch was paired as a writing team. We dated for a little bit, but I'd rather work with him and be his girlfriend because he liked whores. And I figured if he liked me, I should take that shit as an insult. So I wasn't fucking with him like that, but we wrote great music together. After that, then I started fucking around with Bryce Wilson from Groove Theory. Groove Theory came into my life. Amel LaRue had just left because she left Bryce for her husband LaRue. They've been happily ever after. He needed another girl to replace Amel LaRue, so he came for me. I seen him at the convention. We was at one of the music conventions. Breon said to me, look, like, yo, you can take this shit, Jay. You can take this shit. I'm like, all right, fuck it. So, then I'm clientele. I'm supposed to be signing the deal with Sony to become the new girl. Groove Theory, but I knew if I did that, I was always going to be under Bryce's thumb. I really wasn't going to be able to make my own name. Around that same time, that's when I first started doing Black Lily in New York at the Wetlands, at the corner of Hudson and Lake. This is 1999, right before we had to do the OK Player Tour. Now, all that being said, Black Lily became my ground, and every week more and more people were coming to see me. Every week they were coming to see me. They wasn't coming to fucking see nobody else.
Okay.
That's why they had to make me the headliner, because when I was going on first, after I got on stage, the whole club would empty out, and then the bar wouldn't make no money. So the manager made me the headliner so we could keep people in there all night, because they would wait all night long to see me.
Right.
So that's how that fucking happened. So I got Black Lily going where I'm building my name, and then I got a $50,000 check waiting for me at Sony offices to be the next girl in Groove Theory. Next girl in Groove Theory, be myself. Next girl in Groove Theory, be myself. Even though the Roots was only paying me $250 a week at that time, I said, fuck the $50K, I'm going to take the $250 and I'm going to build a name that's going to be worth more.
Okay.
And then the next thing you know, I got the movie. We got the Best Man soundtrack.
Okay.
Best Man soundtrack came through. I was originally contracted only to do the demo vocal and to write the hook, to which I did. Mary J. Blige was supposed to be singing on the record. It was going to be her first collaboration with the Roots. MCA insisted on it. Jay Oberg, that cross-eyed fuck, insisted on it. I came into the studio, I wrote the hook. I laid down a demo vocal. It was only one take. John Smeltz recorded it. This is also 1999. After that, the record goes to the director, who was Malcolm Lee, who, The Best Man franchise is his.
Okay.
Spike Lee's cousin. Malcolm Lee heard the demo and said, that's what I want. They said, yeah, but Mary J. Blige hasn't come in and recorded yet. He said, no, I don't need Mary J. Blige. That's the voice I want to open up my movie. They said, well, if Mary isn't on it, then the Roots may have to pull back from the project. He said, well, then fuck it. He said, if they want the song on my movie, it has to be that girl's voice. Who is she? What's her name? So that's how I got that soundtrack. Then we did the Chris Rock show a couple times. Then we did Soul Train a couple of times. And then in the midst of all of this, I was signing my actual deal with MCA Records. All right, yeah, so that's about as much backstory as I can cram.
Wait, all right, so let me interject my couple questions from stuff that, all right, so you worked with Huff and Gamble, right? Legendary legends from.
Penny is my play uncle.
Okay, so I used to, I actually know Pop Tracks. That was somebody that helped me build. He helped me craft my sound early on. I worked.
Did he tell you the story about how he was gonna be the richest producer because his dad gave him access to all the Gamble and Huff shit? And if Kanye can become a billionaire doing so, did he ever tell you that story?
No, he never told me that story.
I'm glad. It would have been embarrassing.
Oh, man. I love Pop, too. Speaking of, all right, so working in there, what was it?
Mr. Huff was a good man.
What was it like growing up? And because you were young during this time, right? When you were...
I was in my late adolescence, early teens. I've been rocking and working in the game as an intern or an apprentice or mentorship in some way since I was 13 years old.
So what was it like being, because not many young people get to have that type of experience. I heard that you were basically tasked with cleaning the studio when you were young, and that's
when I came through. That's how I got to go into all of the studio sessions.
Okay, so
I was emptying the trash.
And that's how you got.
I would go in there, I would empty the trash, and I got to hear what was happening in all the sessions.
So it's like a learning experience, correct?
Fuck yeah, most guys listen to me. I've never been so thankful to be a janitor.
No, that's fire. That's fire. That's fire. So how did you end up getting to meet Gerald Levert?
I met him at Philly International. And then I bumped into him at Sigma not long after that because I was always around. And this was back when I was being, I guess, groomed by McKinley Wharton. I didn't know he was grooming me, but he was grooming me. It's fucked up. I ran into one of his victims last year over at my Muti house. I had no idea that scar on his face came from him trying to rape a girl, but I met the woman that put it there.
Wait, because I misunderstood like what you meant by grooming. I'm thinking you meaning groom you like for entertainment or groom you for the industry.
Grooming me to fucking get me.
Oh.
I didn't know it at the time, but we were taught when you gotta understand.
Okay.
This man wrote the song "I'll Be Dreaming" for Vanessa Williams. That was a big deal back then. She was Miss America, the first black Miss America. He wrote her hit record with a white girl. I can't remember her name. But she had a baby by those NBA twins, Horace Grant.
Okay.
Twin brother.
Okay.
They still don't know which one of them was the father because you know they identical twins and she was fucking them both until she got pregnant. For a while, they was both getting child support.
Oh,
and
that's...
one of them took it. I can't remember which one. That child probably like damn near 30 now. So anyway, this is the man that they had me with because he could open up all the doors, and he worked for Flight Time for Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. That's how I met my boy Prof T from the group Low Key because Prof, after Low Key disbanded, he started working for Jam and Lewis and Flight Time. So I've always been involved with working with labels in some capacity. But McKinley Norton was my handler. And he's the one that brought me to Gerald Levert. Actually, the first day that Gerald really took a shine to me and took a listen to me, McKinley drove me up to New York. We went to Sony Studios. Gerald was recording there. bringing me there so I could sing for him, audition for him. Made sure I looked cute. Made sure my little titties was sitting up and my ass was perky and all of that. And, you know, my hair was done right. Look at me, spent like $250 on me to get me ready. Brought me brand new clothes. Made sure that I was, you know, right. He brought me up to New York. Gerald looked me over. I think what changed my trajectory was the fact that I was always a tomboy.
Okay.
So Gerald and them was up in the studio when they was playing CeeLo. You know, the
dice game. They shooting dice, yeah.
So I was like, I had $100 bill in my pocket. I was like, yo, I want the action. Gerald looked at me, yo, you ain't doing shit. I was like, this is the only money I got, $100 bill. I took it, I threw it down on the floor. There had to be like, I don't know, 10 grand on the floor. I put 100 in. I started rolling them motherfucking dice and snapping my fingers. Nigga, when I tell you I took 2 G's of their money in 5 rolls, that was when Gerald was like, I like her.
I like it, yeah.
His bodyguard, Big Baby, was like, yo, you street. You gangster. Where you find her at? And then after that, so began my relationship with Gerald, and he just put me under his wing. And I probably would have got fucked over by a lot of the, you know, the industry perverts when I was younger. But because Gerald took me under his wing, it wasn't going to run afoul of Gerald, because you run afoul of Gerald and you run afoul of Uncle Eddie. You run afoul of the OJs, you run afoul of Gamble and Huff. You know what I mean? There's consequences in that chain of command. So I think, you know, so Gerald Levert has always been my angel. Always, you know. When I got older and I had my albums out right before he died, we started seeing each other again. And I know he was seeing 6 other bitches, but he always was. So what? That's what they do. That man loved me. And he asked me to marry him. And he died a week before he made it to Philly to bring me the ring. I had to cancel our dinner reservations.
I'm sorry to hear that, Jay. I'm sorry to hear that.
And, yeah. Everybody knows the teddy bear. I just know G.
So, okay.
I miss Big Baby, Big Joe, his bodyguard. I miss Big Baby. I'll never forget when I first heard the news, people started calling me, telling me he was dead. I told everybody he was flying. I cussed them all out. I got on the phone. I was on a train coming back from New York. I had just got finished doing a tribute to Nina Simone concert the night before, sold the fuck out in the forest of Blige. And I'm on the train coming back from New York, and I'm on my way to 30th Street Station, and people just started calling me, Gerald Levert is dead, you fucking lying, cussing everybody out, and called Big Baby. And I said, Big Baby, say it ain't so. Say it ain't so, Big Baby. And he just was like, I can't tell you that, Baby J, I can't tell you that. I fell the fuck out on the motherfucking train. They had to carry my ass off the fucking train.
I'm so
that
sorry.
shit fucking hurt.
I'm so sorry to hear that, Jay. I'm so sorry to hear that.
Rest in peace, G.
Yeah, definitely rest in peace, Gerald Levert. Another legend.
I marrying a Gerald. How funny is that?
That is.
Goober head name is Goober head government is Gerald.
That's your current husband that you y'all run a cannabis business together, correct?
Yeah.
Y'all what is it? Triple D Cafe?
Triple D Cafe. We're gonna be up and running by the spring. Right now we're starting with Sam. Sam is going back into production.
Sam is
We're putting that out, and then we're gonna be doing our medicated syrups and stuff like that. Some stuff that's freezer. You know, that's freezer related, so it'll get shipped to you frozen, you put it in the oven, pop it, you know, that kind of thing.
Sab is like it's like a shea butter.
Whole purpose shea body butter.
It's body butter.
That's hemp medicated, and it's a cure-all. It's a cure-all. I'm not saying it can cure cancer or anything like that.
But all your aches and pains go away.
Aches, pains, arthritis, neuropathy, issues with your chest. All kinds of shit. Eczema. It just works.
That's fire. I gotta get me some. Listen, real quick, Jag.
I'm coming west soon.
We gotta pause real quick for a commercial break. We haven't even begun to talk. Listen, do not go anywhere. I promise you, we're going to be right back after a word from these sponsors. I am talking to Jaguar Wright, and we chatting right now. This is Another Planet Podcast.
Quit playing with me, Rain.
Hey, everybody, we are back. And again, I am interviewing the legendary Jaguar Wright. I got her on the phone right now. We just left off talking about her Triple D Cafe company. It's not just cannabis, it's CBD and THC, correct?
Yes.
So you were telling me about, what is it called? The salve? The salve?
It's called Jag Salve.
Jag salve. And aches, pains, I bump my knee, rub it on my knee, boom, boom, boom.
All that shit. Listen to me, I got stung by a fucking hornet, and that nigga stuck his stinger all the way in my shit. My shit started swelling up. Baby, am I lying? I said, let me rub this salve on it. I rubbed the salve on it. I kept on walking. Next thing I know, the stinger fell out. It pushed its way back out, and the shit was healed in an hour.
What got you? Okay, so I am heavily involved in the cannabis industry. I know why I got involved. I love cannabis, but everybody, you actually are in it, like not on the flower side, but just in it on the medicinal side for like cures of aches and pains.
My husband used to make something almost identical to what I do. He became wealthy and famous for it back in the 1940s.
Is that where the inspiration came from? Like, what was the day like? What was that day like when you woke up and like, what is it? I'm gonna start a CBD company. Like, is that what it just was?
I'm gonna make some salve. Because I was sitting down, and we were in Chicago. I think we did the Little Black Club, and we doing it was with me and Terry Lynn Carrington and the girls, Diane Reeves, all of us were there. SB hadn't gotten in town yet. But we were having a dinner party, and we were just talking about how much the world is changing, how the old remedies, and me and Diane Reeves is just sitting there laughing. Y'all know who Diane Reeves is, right?
Yes.
Right, so we sitting there talking, and she started talking about, man, in the old days, you ain't need no doctor. All you needed was some prayer and some salve and some brandy, and you could cure anything. And I remember how my grandmom and them used to talk about the chilling salve and stuff like that. And we just got to talking about the history of it and, the slaves and how we used it since they didn't provide medical care. We had to come up with our own. So, my aunt's husband, he was an old school apothecary from the South. And when they moved up north to Atlantic City, he was selling it like crazy. They called it the cure-all. They said the guns is curing salve. People was coming from all over the place and doing all kinds of stuff until the city came to him and begged him to stop selling it because they wasn't making as much money at the drugstore. So instead, they made him a wealthy landowner. And my Aunt Pearlie died, the oldest landowner of African American descent in the county.
So I just find it amazing.
By the way, my cousin Kadia Nelson, the painter,
okay,
who did the painting of Henrietta Lacks that's in the Smithsonian, who painted Drake's album cover when he was a boy and when he was a man, who did the Michael Jackson mural for his last album, the This Is It album, that cousin, Kadia Nelson. Right. That's his grandmother. The woman I just told you about is his grandmother.
See, and that just brings me to my next point. Just you even mentioning him. You are always in amazing, like literally the most amazing company in the most amazing circles. Like just even you starting that story, dinner with Diane Reeves, Grammy Award winning jazz, like that's what I'm saying. Like these, like just to be able to, like, how
say that my life is filled with living legends, and they call me friend.
Right, like how are you? Because from what I noticed, you are not Jaguar Wright is not you're not like, how can I say it? you're currently working on your own stuff as an independent. I don't want to use the word like industry. There are older people in the industry or whatever where they are put front and forward, so they're still around in them circles. Like some people,
like
they're
Patti LaBelle.
Yeah, like Patti LaBelle. Like some people got.
Just read at her concert.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. That was crazy. She did not want to get off stage.
That was somebody reminding her that they know all of her shit.
Yeah.
And they keep her yak shut because she probably said too much during Drink Champs.
She was on Drink Champs?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
It's on YouTube.
I did not see that episode of Drink Champs. I
don't know. Maybe she mentioned something about how the Temptations gang raped them.
What? Okay. So there seems to be a going theme in the industry. I was about to ask another question. I was about to go one way, but you pushing me in another direction. I'm gonna just go that way. So there seems to be like a going thing in the industry, and a lot of things are coming to fruition. A lot of skeletons are jumping out of the
Temptations raped Patti LaBelle on the tour. Her husband Armstead made the deal. So not to get the police involved, and if she went through with the tour with them on the bill, they would give her a hit record, and that's when she got new attitude. Only reason I know this because when her and Armstead was getting divorced, this nigga was running through Sigma telling every bad story he possibly could about Mother Patti. Sat in a session with me and Mike Darcy and sat there and told me how the fucking how the Temptations had gang raped her, and it was her fault because she was in there snorting coke and drinking Chianti with him, and she had it fucking coming. That's what her soon-to-be ex-husband was telling a young girl who looked at her like an aunt and revered her. And you want to tell me this? He thought he was telling me to make me look at her bad, but he didn't know my history. He didn't know I was a rape survivor. I became very disgusted by Armstead after that.
I'm from the way I'm hearing it, the industry wasn't a fair place for a female to try to make her rise then, or I guess now even like
young men, because they all ran through Michael Jackson when he was a kid. Fucking Diana Ross groomed him just like McKinley Horton was trying to groom me.
So they had these people that they refer to as handlers, grooming younger or female people that are coming fresh into the industry just to be passed around like sex slaves throughout the industry.
That's why I spoke out yes, and dangling a beautiful carrot of being rich and famous and popular over your head while they sitting there. You gotta if you want this, you gotta take this abuse. It's been this way for years. So I want to hear your opinion on something real quick, right? So it's I watched something on YouTube, and I don't know if you know who Andrew Tate is. Andrew Tate, very opinionated guy. Do you know about the Balenciaga scandal? Honestly, I turned off. I didn't bother. All I heard was that it was some child sex shit, and I'm not surprised. So a lot of people, it was, and a lot of people feel like some of the reason that some of these things are being put in the forefront, or you can see them indirectly, is because people are done hiding with it, like as if we're going through like a really sick time right now, where people just like, well, this is my truth, this is my demon, and you're going to accept it. Like, because you hear all these stories, all these things coming out, but not a lot of things are being done about these things. Nothing's being done about it. And that's why I called Sean Combs and Sean Carter out for the murderers that they are. That's why I done it. I'm sick and tired of lying for these fucking pussies.
Oh, yeah.
They fucking making it.
So you was on live earlier. You was on live today. And you had some interesting things to say on live about Diddy and Hov. So Run me through it.
Well,
Run me through it.
sleep well. Lately, I haven't been sleeping well. Been sleeping well. Sleep well. Why the fuck can't you sleep well, Sean Carter? Because you killed Pimp C. So you could stop the South from rising and New York could maintain control of hip-hop. Just like you done in Philly. When you killed Frank Bank. I ain't lying for these pussies no more.
So you
They
hear?
murdered Jacqueline Avon. And put Clarence Avon, the Godfather, the Black Godfather, it's on the Netflix. Put him into damn near a vegetated state so you can take his spot because he wasn't ready to retire. I'm calling all you pussies the fuck out. I'm sick of this shit.
So when you got people like Kanye, right? You got people like Kanye West.
God bless Kanye.
Cause and I'm gonna ask you what you think about Kanye West, but I just wanna.
Kanye for president. How about that?
I like Kanye too. I like Kanye too. I like Kanye a lot. I like Kanye a lot. I wanna point out one thing he said when he was going on one of his mini rants. This was like an earlier rant or whatever.
The enemy of your enemy is your friend.
That's a hell of a fact. What do you feel about is there truth behind when somebody like Kanye, they called him crazy and then he stopped saying it, but he said that these people have hitmen or these people yo, Jay-Z, don't send your shooters after me. Is that like a metaphor or is that like a literal, do you like with what you just said, you feel as though
It's for real.
that's a literal
It's a
statement?
metaphor to kill people.
So
I ain't calling them a murderer figuratively. I mean it literally.
so
They're murderers.
not kill a person career, but kill a person dead. Take him out. Leave Earth.
Ain't
Rest.
Biggie dead?
Biggie is dead. Biggie is dead.
Ain't Big L dead?
Big L is dead. Big L is
Ain't
dead.
Aaliyah dead?
What?
Ain't Kim Porter dead? Ain't Pimp C dead? Ain't Takeoff dead? Ain't Nipsey Hussle dead? Ain't nothing figurative about none of this shit. These is real human beings. Ain't Proof dead? Ain't Botin dead?
And
How many names do I gotta say?
no, you said enough. These these are because you hear about it all the
Ain't
time.
Andre Harrell dead? Ain't Heavy D dead? Ain't Father MC Baby Mama dead? And Mary J. Blige knows most of this shit. And Jennifer Lopez knows the rest.
What is
Because Shine ain't shoot nobody that night. It was Jennifer Lopez that shot that motherfucker. And Puffy paid Shine to take the rap. Sue me, motherfuckers. See if I'm lying.
wow?
Jennifer Lopez shot that nigga because he grabbed a pussy to make Puffy mad.
And you say Sean took the rap for it, and then Diddy left him for. You know what I mean? We seen that.
Shine is an ambassador now.
Mm.
For the island that he come from, he's an ambassador. He has diplomatic status. He can do whatever the fuck he wanted to. It turned out so bad for him.
Not in hindsight. Not when you look at the big picture. I guess not. I know when they going through it and everything, people be like, Diddy just left him for dead and everything like that. But
Take a murder rap and become an ambassador.
yeah, take a murder rap, own the country. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
That's a hell of a deal. And you know they get money on his book.
And then, okay, so you mentioned Nipsey, right? So most people, so you got two sides to the Nipsey thing that I hear a lot
There's
of.
a lot of niggas that didn't like Dr. Sebi.
That's what I was about to say. So you got that.
Because Dr. Sadie was telling the kind of things that got in the way of big business and commercial dollar. And Nipsey ain't give no fuck. Nipsey became convicted, and next thing you know, he gets shot in the fucking head with cameras everywhere, taking a selfie with a fan in front of his legitimately owned, black-owned business. Fuck out of here. Are people forgetting that the Migos came up under Jay-Z? They were cultivated by Jay-Z. They wrote a lot of Beyonce shit. And guess what? Takeoff leaving the group kind of fucked with that. They was both supposed to be dead. The shooter fucked up. He left Quavo alive. They was both supposed to be dead. People looking at the Prince family. Maybe they need to look somewhere else.
So it's a lot to the industry that people don't see. That's basically how you telling it.
No, but listen to me. Y'all see everything and see nothing at the same time.
Or it's a lot that people choose not to see and look over. Right?
Like I said, there's a lot of shit that people choose not to see. Everybody knew when Aaliyah and R. Kelly got on 106th and Park that he was fucking that girl. You could see the beat of love coming over her.
That's not for that. I don't think that's up for debate. I really don't even think that's cause I watch.
They fucking asses came up there dressed like they was going to the fair. They was going to take one of those pictures in the photo booth. Dressed identical.
Yeah.
Let us stop fooling ourselves into believing.
Why do you think it's like? Why do you think the industry is so like? I know the answer. I know the answer is money, but it gotta be if that's what it is. If that's what it is.
Kanye has said it. I have said it. Other people have said it. Lucifer, the Satan, the devil was the choir director in heaven. What makes you think he wouldn't be using music to his advantage in hell?
That's a good point.
If you're trying to get your enemy, the one thing that you do for sure is find out their greatest weakness and exploit it. Music is our greatest weakness. It is the only form of information transfer that the brain cannot reject. Whatever is passed into your head, if it is done in melodic tone. You can brainwash anybody with a song. Anybody.
Yeah, music transcends languages, barriers.
Tell me something. If you were the devil and you were trying to destroy fucking humanity, why the fuck would you use music? And he was the choir director in heaven. People can believe what they want to believe. You can believe in God and not believe in God. You can believe in the devil. You cannot believe in the devil. I tell you what the fuck I believe in. I believe that we are in spiritual warfare. We're about to step into revolution. I think Kanye West is going to do something that's going to change the world, and I'm going to be right there to cheer him the fuck up.
So you said Kanye West for president. I told you I like Kanye West. Kanye West has been a roller coaster of a public person. What do you think about everything that has happened to Kanye recently? From being a billionaire to a comment not making him a billionaire to his comments about did you
know what I think? Stay tuned. It's finna get interesting. That's what I think.
So you think Kanye has only begun?
Oh, baby, he's just getting warmed up.
Okay.
He's just getting warmed up.
Okay.
And I'm here for it.
Okay.
I'm here for it.
No, I like Kanye. I like how outspoken he is. I haven't really disagreed with much that Kanye has said. It's that thing where
there's an army of people that agree with Kanye.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Have to think about that shit.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And then it's just a lot. It's just a lot that go around, like everything that's happening with him and everything like that, where people want you to believe. And I think Dave Chappelle said it. Dave Chappelle said that the worst thing you could call a person is crazy. Because now, mind you, Dave Chappelle and Kanye not really fucking with each other right now. But
I can understand why.
But Dave Chappelle did say it. The worst thing you could call a person is crazy because it's dismissive. People like to not listen to the message because of who their messenger is. But fuck the messenger. If the message is a message, then it's a message. You get what I'm saying? But
the Bible scripture, I say it often. Probably because my father said it to me. I'm starting to believe my dad was the male version of the oracle. For they will not believe the truth. I will send them strong delusion and allow them to believe a lie. That's in the Bible. I like to take it and update it a little bit. And I like to say, because they won't believe the truth, we were sent social media, and now we all believe our lies. People like being lied to.
And on that note, we're going to run into a sponsor. When we come right back, we're going to wrap it up with Jag. Stay tuned.
Quit playing with me, Rayan.
He's still chatting with Jaguar Wright. Jag, like, I'm still processing our first two segments, the first hour of us talking. Like, you have been through and seen so much, good and bad. One can only wonder what is next for Jaguar Wright.
Creating a new path for the future, so I ain't gotta fuck with these devils, and showing them the blueprint of how you get it done, and getting as many people to do it for themselves, because the only way to kill a beast that you can't beat hand to hand is to cut off his food source.
God damn it. Wait, the only way to beat a beast that you can't kill hand to hand is to cut off its food source. God damn it.
The motherfucker dies from starvation and you survive. You win.
That's a bar. God damn it. God damn it. Well, listen, we about to wrap it up. Oh my God. I can't even explain how much this meant to me, how much being able to have this conversation and speak to you, you coming onto my platform and gracing my stage with your presence.
Gracing your stage, you're a little baby. I done told you I adopted you.
Yeah. Love you so much, Jag. Thank you.
You're a nephew.
Thank
You're a
you.
nephew, and I can't wait to just be there and cheer you on. You know, you're doing great things.
No, I greatly appreciate that. I greatly appreciate that.
And I hope everybody that's here just to be messy and get the tea, I hope you keep coming back and supporting this young, wonderful black man who captured my heart and soul, who made it out of hell and is creating his own heaven, and he ain't relying on these devils to do it. It can be done. I'm proud of you, kid.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much,
I'm proud
Jag.
of you. It's my pleasure to be here. I'm sitting here looking out my window like fucking Malcolm X and shit, but I'm still here on the phone with you.
No, protect Jaguar Wright. We love Jaguar Wright. Listen to me. Protect Jaguar Wright. We love Jaguar Wright. Jag.
Yeah, baby.
Thank you. Thank you again. We have to do this in person and bring the camera somewhere.
Ain't you out west now?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Which state?
I'm in Nevada.
I'm coming to Vegas next month.
We link up. We link up. Let's do lunch. Let's do lunch.
We're going to do better than lunch. I'm going to cook you dinner.
A Jaguar meal. Y'all heard it here, man. Thank you so much.
And I'll make sure it's medicated.
And I'm gonna need some how you say it again? Salve? Is that how
I'll be bringing that with me too.
I'm gonna need some salve.
But you can keep your money though.
I
take care of my babies.
You a blessing, Jag. You a blessing. Thank you.
So the hell is you? Why you think I'm here? Birds of a feather flock together.
Yes indeed. Yes indeed. Yes indeed.
All right, kid. You need anything else from me?
No, that more than enough. More than enough. Thank you everybody for sitting with us.
Subscribe to DallasWTVNetwork.com if you want to hear how this shit really goes. Subscribe to DallasWTVNetwork.com, and I'm on Roku.
Links will be in the description to everywhere you can tap into Jaguar Wright. Make sure you go to all her pages, you follow, you subscribe, you like, and you tune in to her journey and her story. This has been another Planet Podcast.
You guys know where to go pick up these guns. Everybody know my cash app. If you don't, it's $JagsBread2. I'm going to tell you this right now. All I ask for is a $1 donation if you support what I'm trying to do and what I'm trying to make happen. If you can't subscribe, it's only $9.99 a month, and there's plenty of content and so much more to come. It's $9.99 a month, but if you can't afford it, a $1 donation would be appreciated. You know what I mean? Because I'm self-powered.
What's the cash app one more time, Jag?
I didn't even always get my royalty checks mailed to me because I'm afraid to put my address down sometimes. You know what I mean? I got checks sitting somewhere, and until I can give a clear address or a P.O. box, you know what I mean? I got to let my money sit there in the offices. So, I'm just saying.
What's the cash app one more time?
Y'all see them right now from the network? That's all out of pocket. We are a community-driven platform. So, you know, and if you can't do that, if some shit go down and I get booked, you know what I mean? If you see somebody raising some money for me, I figure my bond won't be more than $250,000, worst case scenario.
You get locked up, we getting you. You get locked up, we getting you out. We getting you out, Jag. Y'all hear it, right? Y'all hear it. Say the cash app one more time, Jag.
$JagsBread2. JagsBread 2.
Subscribe or donate. You decide. You decide. Thank you, everybody.
All I'm asking for is $1. I done had 500 million views worldwide. Can you imagine if I had $1 for every view?
Money in the bank. Money in the bank.
Kid, I gotta go put some clothes on.
All right, Jag.
No, I'm dead. You think I'm serious? Listen to me. Back in Southwest Philly, when I was living down 47th and Woodland, Asheville Avenue, 4600 block, Asheville Avenue with my Aunt Frida and them. I'm trying to tell you, we didn't mess up our clothes when we fought.
Yeah.
We would come out of our clothes, like Auntie told us, and fight in our fucking broad panties.
And get busy.
Nigga.
Ah, man, I love you so much, Jag. Thank you.
I'm missing right now is war paint.
You be careful. You be safe, okay?
Listen to me. Pray for me, but pray for my enemies, because if they come to me, I mean them no good.
You are always in my prayers, Jag. Thank you.
All right, love you, kiddo.
Love you too. Thank you again.
Quit playing with me, Rain.
Rocket man, I bought a rocket.
Oh my God.
Pop him in the mouth if he start to pop shit. We got it on lock, they want it unlocked. Call up a locksmith. She wanna fuck, I'm sleepy as fuck. I act like I